Hello, Miriam here at the Bureau of Meteorology. Let's take a look at your weather for the week ahead, which is looking mostly settled across large parts of Australia, with just wet weather on the way for much of the east coast. It's already been a wet weekend, with onshore flow wrapping around this high and pushing against the New South Wales coast, helped along the way by a trough also lying along the coast. That's produced some fairly decent rainfall totals across these eastern districts in the past couple of days. And the good news is that it is on the easing trend for today. We're likely to see showers continuing through the rest of our Monday, but the rainfall totals will be much lower than what we've seen over the weekend. Elsewhere across southeastern and central parts of the country, clearer skies and mostly sunny conditions are expected, once again thanks to this high pressure system sitting to the south. In the southwest of the country, however, we have another low pressure trough lying across parts of Western Australia that is helping to generate showers and thunderstorms through parts of the Goldfields and Southwest Land Division. Now that trough is expected to weaken out over the next 24 hours or so, and any showers and storms are likely to weaken out with it, leaving us with mostly dry weather by the end of Tuesday. Meanwhile, on the east coast, onshore flow will continue to bring showers for parts of Queensland and New South Wales, but again, the rainfall totals will remain on the lower side. Moving towards the middle of the week now, we're likely to see this high pressure system starting to drift towards the southeast. Now, it's going to continue to have an impact on those southeastern parts of the country with settled conditions, light winds and cool mornings. So that means fogs and frosts are likely to impact parts of Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales and South Australia over the coming days. Coastal showers continue, and that's really a pattern that persists right through towards the end of the week. However, as we move into Thursday, we're going to see another weather system starting to develop through central parts of the country. We can see it here, these showers and storms that will start to develop through Thursday and continue to the end of the week. Now, this is driven not by a surface weather feature, so a trough at ground level or something like that. This is in fact driven by a trough in the upper atmosphere, which is just generating very unstable conditions through these parts. So we may see some moderate rainfall totals building through these central parts of the continent close to the Northern Territory, Queensland, South Australia border through Thursday. And as we move through the rest of Thursday and into Friday, that rainfall is likely to push into parts of Queensland and inland New South Wales. In fact, as we move towards this weekend, the trough in the upper atmosphere will direct this moisture towards the east coast once again, which means we could be in for another wet weekend for much of eastern New South Wales and southeast Queensland. Elsewhere across the country, though, it will be a fairly settled end to the week, apart from across the Southwest Land Division of Western Australia, where another front is approaching. Having a look at our temperatures now. We've got broadly mild conditions across much of the continent today, generally slightly cooler in the south and slightly warmer in the north as we'd expect, and this pattern continues through much of the week. As we go through Tuesday and Wednesday, we see these conditions remaining within a few degrees of the average pretty much throughout Australia, with just a little bit of warmth starting to build along the west coast. As we move towards Thursday and Friday, though, we start to see the impacts of that building rain across central parts of the country. The temperatures are starting to drop out, and as we move towards Friday in particular, you can see places like Broken Hill really struggling to push above 20 degrees under that cloud and rain that is expected. You can, of course, find the detailed forecast for your area via the Bureau's website or social media, and in the meantime, have a great week and we'll catch you next time.